I tested a flat mop, a spin mop, and a spray mop on the exact same mess to see which one actually works. And the results even surprised me. To give the 3 mops a level playing field, I divided up 3 sections on the floor. This floor has not been mopped in about a week. And also I added a little bit of extra dirt and even some maple syrup. To give you an idea of how tall this is, I am 5'4", and it comes up right underneath my armpit. This feels very comfortable just right off the bat. I can't stand when the handle is so low, you feel like you're bending over. So on first impression, it's a good height. Next is the spray mop. And when I stand it beside me, it comes up not quite to my armpit. And moving on to the Liebman spin mop, let's see how tall this one is compared to the other 2. Now with this one, it's well above my armpit. Next up will be the flat mop, right underneath my armpit, and the spray mop a little bit shorter. So you can't see these from tallest to shortest. We're gonna start off with the Joy Mop, and we're just gonna pass over it twice. And this is very sticky. All right, once, and you can see everything that it grabbed. And with the Joy Mop, all you do is place it in. You're going to see the cutout right here. That's where the handle goes in. And back out. And I'm going to do it one more time. And then dry it off. And you can see everything that come off. Next up is our spray mop. This one also comes with all of the pads, and I'm still using the same cleaner, which is the Odoban Neutral Floor Cleaner. When you use a spray mop, essentially all you're doing is spraying and mopping, spraying and mopping. And I also diluted the Odoban in here like I did using the other mop. So we are going to spray, I think I'll spray twice to make sure it's covered. We're going to go over it once, and this is sticky. Oh yeah, that's sticky. Okay, it's a little hard to push, but I'm sure you're not going to let maple syrup stick to your floor like I did. All right, we're going to do it one more time. 2 sprays. And over it again. The only thing about a spray mop is that you're not able to wring this out. So what I do if I'm using my spray mop, say I'm spraying the hallway and cleaning it, once I get halfway through my hallway, I will take this off, run it under cold water, wring it out, and put it back on the pad. That is the best way to use these kind of pads when you're using a spray mop. Of course, for this demonstration, I did not wet it first. That would have made more of a difference. To use the spin mop, it is pretty simple. There is a lever here. You'll want to pull this down so you can wring it out. And then once you're done, this locks it in place. And also with this one, I am still using the Odoban Neutral Floor Cleaner. So we're going to put this in the water, make sure it is locked in place so it doesn't move. Then we're going to take it over to the spin. You're going to put the lever down and then spin. It's kind of like churning butter. So we have our mess here on the floor. This is dirt, this is dog hair, and even maple syrup. And it's been sitting here for probably about an hour and a half. So I am going to run my mop over it twice just to see what it does in that initial cleaning. So, all right, that's a little tough. And you also have to remember, since this is round, you're not going to cover as much area as with a flat mop or a spray mop. So that's once, and we're going to do it one more time. I'm putting the same amount of strength as I did with the other 2 mops. And you can see the dirt it picked up. This has a lot more legs on it than the flat mops do. So they're able to really get into the crevices sometimes a lot better. After doing just 2 passes over each section, we're going to now see how long it takes to clean each one. So I do have the Joy Mop. We're putting that in the water, wring it out. And we're going to go over this. And also when you're mopping, sometimes you cannot just go one way. You do have to go in another direction to pick stuff up. The middle here, where these connect, some of it is left behind, which it did get it. I'm able to wipe it up with my finger, but it seems like it does have a harder time getting into those crevices. Next, the spray mop. I am going to spray this a few times to try to break up all of that grunge. Sometimes you will have to let this sit. And now we're going to pass over it. Okay, that was a lot easier. One thing also to keep in mind with a spray mop, you tend to use a little bit more cleaner, and you do have to end up refilling this a little more often, but it's really easy to just take the lid off and put your cleaner in it. And the same with the spray mop. I've noticed that in the middle, if stuff really does sit there, it's going to be harder to get it out. So do keep that in mind. Of course, you don't ever want to let spills sit for too long. And lastly, the Libman. We're going to dunk it in the water and wring it out. And that one did get into the crevices a lot better. So I'm going to use it just to go back over the other two mops. In terms of price, the Libman is going to cost you more because you do get the bucket, and also the arm itself is a mechanism to use to wring this out. Second would be the Joy Mop, and last would be the spray mop. If you're looking for just pure convenience and you really don't want to tote around a heavy bucket, this one will be your best choice. You can just put your diluted cleaner inside of here. They do give you 3 or 4 of these mop pads, but remember, if you're going to be doing a larger room, as I mentioned, take this off, run it underwater, wring it out, and put it back on. If you're looking for something just a step up, but a little cheaper than the Libman, I would say the Joy Mop works really well. They do give you the extra mop heads. It has the second tallest handle out of the 3, and it's very easy to use. Just remember, this weighs about 16 pounds when it is full, and you have to have it full so the entire mop head fits in the water. But if you really don't like the flat mop heads and you do prefer the round, especially with all these little, what I call legs on them, these tend to get into the grooves a little bit better than the flat mops do. The Libman may be a really good choice. It is a couple pounds lighter than the Joy whenever it is full. So hopefully this will help you decide on whether you want to go a little bit more expensive, a little cheaper, or the mid-range. And it also depends on your mobility needs. So hopefully this helps you make an informed decision when it comes to which mop to buy.